The Dr. Jose Fabella Memorial Hospital in Manila is a destination for expectant mothers from low-income families. Every day, hundreds of women come here to give birth. Doctors and nurses are busy delivering a queue of newborns throughout the day. On the morning that we visited, there had already been over 50 deliveries. Each cot may contain 3 or 4 babies, not triplets or quadruplets, but because the hospital is so overwhelmed by the high number of new arrivals, the beds have to be shared. This could be one of the highest birth rate locations in the Philippines, the country which has the highest birth rate in the world.
So our hospital gained that labeled baby factory because of the fact that there are so many deliveries happening at Fabella. We used to have more than 100 deliveries a day. So as if we've been doing a lot of babies being produced or delivered in this facility. So we gained that label.
Apart from being known as a baby factory, the hospital here is also considered ground zero of the country's overpopulation issue. Having a large number of children is quite common in the Philippines, especially among low-income communities. The average in the Philippines is around 3 children per family. Low-income families, however, have an average of 6 to 7 children each. Sakawa is a community leader here, and she has 13 children. While she can remember their names, she struggles to recall their birth dates.
That one is my
That one is your
eldest. My eldest.
Hello.
Pangilan ka, Bim?
This is number 5.
Yes.
Number 5.
This is number 8.
This 8.
Number 8.
That is
Second.
second.
Yes.
5. Oh, second, 5th, 8.
Yes.
You forgot
I forgot.
forgot the name.
Name, no, but the birth date.
The birth
yes.
date. Oh.
I forgot.
I will.
So, when I filled up the form to Philippine Army, my officer, Sergeant Mako, please fill up this form. All of your children, list there. Yes. Yes, I can. The name. But the problem is birth date. Wait. I call my eldest daughter. Atelay, please text me the old birth date of your brother and sister. Yes, Mama. Yeah. So
Very cute.
very hard to remember.
Sakawa could be considered quite ordinary here. In the Philippines, it's not difficult to find people with even more offspring. Mama Daisy takes it a step further, having 21 children. She breastfed all of them. Her children range in age from 22 to 44 years old. Moreover, her own children have around 8 to 10 kids each, which means Mama Daisy now has a total of 38 grandchildren.
Do you remember the name of everyone?
No.
Can you say the name of 21?
Sabihin niyo daw po yung sabi mo ang mga pangalan mula sa panganay.
Yung pangalan ko, Rose Jen.
First, Jen. And second,
Dalawa,
Robin.
Isa na lang.
The last one,
Iyon.
Brains. Wow. 21.
Describing Mama Daisy as a strong mother or an expert in childbirth wouldn't be far from the truth. Besides giving birth to 21 of her own children, she also assisted in delivering some of her grandchildren, using equipment she has prepared at home. Her home resembles a mobile birthing clinic. This is because she used to be a nurse. While many countries like Japan, Singapore and Thailand are experiencing declining birth rates to the point of facing labour shortages, the situation is somewhat different in the Philippines. This archipelagic nation of over 7,000 islands covering almost 300,000 square kilometres has the 13th largest population in the world. The Philippines' large population is in part due to its religious beliefs. More than 80% of Filipinos practice Roman Catholicism, which traditionally opposes abortion and contraception. From the Filipino perspective, and in their belief system, children are seen as divine blessings. The belief is that every child's life is sacred and invaluable. Given the prevailing attitudes here towards abortion and contraception, the population growth is no mystery.
So in 1970, the National Family Planning Program was started by our previous president under the martial law. Okay, because that president has that projection, the government has the projection that there will be overpopulation in the Philippines in the future. So during that time, the program is really birth or population control. So the church cannot object because it was a martial law regime. So when the new government, that martial law regime was overthrown, so we have to resort to a democracy. Okay, that's the time the program was changed into a health intervention. It means we are only doing family planning to save mothers and babies' lives, but not to control the number of people.
There has been an effort towards family planning and population control in the Philippines. The powerful and influential Catholic Church, however, vehemently opposes abortion and birth control.
It's the family's decision. It's the family's decision. When a government starts to say that this is the ideal family size, in my view as a lawyer, that would also be encroaching to the privacy of the family. If I am, for example, would want to exercise my freedom of religion in a free country like the Philippines, and I believe otherwise, that having more children would be an investment for me that might be harder at the onset, but in the eventual, in the long run would be beneficial for me, then I don't think the government should be telling me that, what you're saying, what you believe is not ideal or unideal. I think that is part of encroaching in my private liberties.
Nowadays, the Philippines is facing the problem of overpopulation, one of the most severe in the world. On average, 11 pregnant women die each day, and the number of maternal deaths continues to rise, especially among teenage girls. Additionally, the issue of HIV infections in pregnant women is of growing concern. Unplanned pregnancies have become a major issue, arising as it does from the lack of birth control. 45% of Filipino families are classified as middle class. Unplanned pregnancy without proper resources to raise the child will directly impact their future.
So how many kids you plan to have?
Maybe 3
3. Why 3?
for them to have a good future someday. To give them all what they need.
Mm-hmm. But 3 children is a lot or no?
Maybe it's enough.
I saw some people have like 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's so many. I can't afford to give them what they need.
Mm-hmm.
If they are 6 or more than 5 or 4.
Mm-hmm. So if you can afford, you want to have 5, 6, 7?
Maybe.
With a population of over 25 million, Manila, the capital city of the Philippines, faces various social issues due to the overcrowding. The excess population issue even extends to burial sites, where people use spaces meant for the deceased as dwellings. Many other problems persist, including insufficient public utilities, unemployment, poverty, substance abuse, and high levels of economic disparity. Among the population of over 100 million, 1 in 4 Filipinos lives in poverty, struggling with an average daily income of just $1. Nonetheless, the expansion of the population also has a positive impact on the country's development, providing a large labour force. This, in turn, fuels remittances from overseas workers, contributing to around 25% of the country's GDP. Within the nation, the significant labour force possesses strong English skills and offers cost-effective labour, making it an attractive destination for foreign investment. This has led to numerous businesses relocating to the Philippines over the past several years.
The country and the business itself is positive to get or to have more people to bring in the business, because call center or this industry is really booming, and there's a lot of people that we can, and we're positive that we can actually help them, teach them how to do the job and learn how to do the job. The major advantage of having a lot of population here in the Philippines who want to work in this industry is we can get more business, not just in the US, not just in Southeast Asia, but also from different countries worldwide.
The call center sector is growing rapidly in the Philippines. In 2011, the sector here outpaced the established market leader India in terms of both workforce size and revenue, contributing up to 15% of GDP. Despite India having lower costs, Filipino call center agents are known for their service quality, linguistic flexibility, and especially their easy-to-understand English, making them preferred by over 600 companies. Even though there are issues concerning data security regulations, which are not yet well developed in the Philippines, the industry maintains a high growth rate. Over the past 5 years, it has expanded by as much as 50%. Call centers are labor-intensive businesses, and one call center executive mentioned that the large population of the Philippines isn't a problem, since there is still a demand for more labor in the industry. Many businesses in this sector don't necessarily require university graduates. It provides employment opportunities for people from a wide range of backgrounds.
We love what we're doing, because we always believe that if you have a job, you need to learn how to love your job, because once you love your job will love you as well. So I think that's their attitude, and that's the one thing that Filipino has. Whatever job that they have, they almost do whatever it takes. They will always do whatever it takes.
And there's an opportunity for everyone in the country.
Yes, indeed. The opportunity is big. Whether you are, as I mentioned earlier, whether you have just a high school graduate, as long as you have the right attitude, as long as you have you're driven to bring out the best in you, this business can actually help you and, teach you the things that you need to learn in this industry.
While social attitudes towards family planning in the Philippines are influenced by religious institutions, when overpopulation becomes a significant issue, leading to compounded poverty, family planning and birth control, even abortion, become unavoidable topics. Despite conflicting with religious principles and beliefs, a major challenge is the lack of knowledge and understanding, even of the basics. Many Filipino teenagers remain uninformed about the consequences of unprotected sex, leading to unplanned pregnancies and disease. Family planning and birth control are still relatively new concepts in Filipino society, so it's not surprising to find that a significant section of the community remain unaware of the various contraception methods. Health officials and various organizations, particularly NGOs, are actively disseminating knowledge and education about birth control and family planning within communities.
If you want to see more great content from all over the world, Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you.
Wala nang air pressure, dahil matigas na ang ari ng lalaki, saka siya ngayon ilalagay. Pagkaligay, charay! Pwede magsimulan ang pakikipagtali.
Beyond the lack of knowledge, many people who actively seek family planning or birth control face challenges in accessing information and consultation services. The contraceptives that are available for sale are expensive and are not affordable for low-income families. The Church perceives poverty as a challenge that isn't solely addressed by the government through employment and economic strategies. This perspective contrasts with some economists who attribute rapid population growth as a factor in poverty. National family planning policies in the Philippines have fluctuated over time, depending on the leadership's relationship with the Church. The Catholic Church in the Philippines has successfully opposed family planning laws for over 15 years. In December 2012, however, under the presidency of Benigno Aquino III, the government finally signed a new family planning law, despite strong pressure from Catholic groups. Nevertheless, the law was immediately suspended by court order due to claims that it violated the Constitution. There were protests against the law, and some even threatened to excommunicate the president from the Catholic Church. In the following year, the Philippine court revoked numerous petitions against the law from religious organizations, stating that the family planning law did not violate the Constitution. The court's decision was a significant defeat for the Catholic Church, which has influenced the lives of people in the Philippines for a long time. It also highlighted the broadening movement advocating for family planning. The family planning law stipulates that government health facilities must provide free condoms and birth control pills to the public. Additionally, comprehensive sex education is now taught in all schools. Moreover, healthcare personnel receive training in family planning, and doctors are permitted to provide post-abortion care to women. The law is intended to assist low-income people who cannot access the various forms of birth control. It also aims to address the issue of maternal deaths during childbirth, which remain high. Although this law is relatively new and opposes religious beliefs, the trend among the population, especially the younger generation, is shifting towards accepting these ideas.
I believe in God.
I believe in God.
We
Yes.
believe in God, but we will not sacrifice the future of our children. I still use family planning.
Sure.
Even my children, I teach them, please use that. I don't want you to have experience like me, the negative experience. It's a big responsibility. No, I don't want to experience that, my children.
Over the past several decades, the Philippines has been referred to as the sick man of Asia. This term was used to describe the country's economic stagnation and challenges in comparison to its neighbouring countries in Asia, which were experiencing rapid growth and development. Today, however, with solid growth, it has become one of the fastest growing economies in Asia, attracting attention on the international stage. It cannot be denied that this progress is partly due to its vast population, which drives internal consumption and continuous expansion of the service sector. In July 2014, the Philippines celebrated a milestone, the birth of the country's 100 millionth citizen, a baby girl. The Philippines, with over 100 million people, represents both opportunity and challenge. The opportunity lies in harnessing the potential of a massive workforce, unlike other countries. The challenges include resource management, addressing poverty, healthcare issues, unemployment, and numerous other problems that come with such a massive population. Certainly, after the historic family planning law was implemented, the demographic landscape of the Philippines began to change. Supporters of the law believe that it can effectively reduce the birth rate. In the past year, a population survey revealed a decrease in the growth rate. The concept of the baby factory in Manila could soon become a part of folklore. Mothers and children may be able to sleep comfortably in their own hospital beds without struggling to share space with others. The remarkable story of Mama Daisy and her 21 children could become another legendary tale of the 7,000 islands.